So I'm here with Dr. Angela Fitzgerald, commonly known as Ange, who is a senior lecturer here in Science Ed at Monash Uni. Ange, just tell us a little bit about your work in primary science ed, what you do, just to give us a bit of an insight.
So I guess my work's been based in classrooms, so I see myself as a classroom-based researcher, and it's really been about focusing on teachers and teaching. And so I really think in primary science education, if we can't get things right with the teacher and help them feel confident and competent to teach science, then it's going to be really difficult to support fantastic student learning in science. So essentially my work's been really focused on that, particularly with pre-service teachers and helping them to feel more confident and competent in teaching science. And so my research has really looked at the kinds of things that help them to achieve that.
So Ange, you've been to quite a number of ASERAs.
I have.
And you currently are, in fact, the Secretary Treasurer of ASERA.
Yes.
But you're sort of a mid-career. I think you've just got past early career, academic in science ed. So can you give us a little bit of an insight as to what role ASERA has played in your career as a science education researcher?
I think ASERA has two roles, and for me, and one's quite general. I guess the general aspect is that real opportunity to be able to share research, and so it's always that ASERA is coming up every year, and you have that chance to be able to share what you've been doing, as well as find out what other people have been doing in their fields and learn new things in science ed research. But I guess personally, I love going to ASERA because it's like catching up with your family, really, and your friends. And so those people will become really important networks. And I don't even think of it like networking. It just feels like catching up with people and meeting new people in the field. And they're definitely the people that I think to turn to if we want to look at, cross-uni collaboration, or you want to pick someone's brain about something else, or even if you're at an international conference, you do tend to, connect with those people and know that you've got an ally somewhere in the world to support you who's from ASERA.
So we often hear about people presenting papers, and I like the paper presentations at ASERA, but we very rarely hear about people presenting posters.
Yeah.
So what was that like?
I guess as a starting point, it was great because it was much more relaxed in a sense that the pressure was off from being that person standing in front of a room when you're very new, and the idea was I was just presenting an idea, and so I guess a poster felt very supportive. There's a few of you in a room, and I think people come to a poster session, Deb, with the mindset of, I'm going to give some feedback, I'm going to have more of a informal dialogue or convo around that work rather than sit and be sort of spoken to or presented I think that a poster is that really great chance. So I think for a PhD student, it's a fantastic way to get your toe in the water in that space. But I think generally, and I think ASERA is pretty much held up as a conference where people are very generous. I've never really encountered someone going, hard or pushing a particular barrow in a sort of aggressive or unfriendly way at all. I think everyone is generally really supportive of each other. Have their opinions, of course, which they should. Like that's what we're about.
Healthy debate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Healthy debate.
Yeah, yes, definitely.
I mean, I personally like the poster sessions. It's a bit like, doing research speed dating, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you get so many ideas thrown at you all at the same time.
Yeah.
But it was interesting to hear what it was like to actually present it, as your very first entree into
it's good.
ASERA.
I guess it's 10 years ago now.
Wow.
It feels like I was a baby then, but it was good. It was a great way to get in.
So you're now supervising PhDs yourself. So what's your advice? What would be your advice to a PhD? If they haven't been to ASERA, what advice would you give them about whether they should go or not?
I definitely think they should go, and I think this advice was given to me early, and I kind of stick with it. And people disagree sometimes, but I really think it's very important to present at a conference, and I think a poster is a good way in, because it just means that you've been seen at some point, and it's often really surprising who might come up and talk to you at a coffee break because they saw your poster and didn't have a chance to speak to you then. And if you don't present, then, you know, it's not that natural in that someone might have to come and speak with you. So I think do be brave and try and present in some way, but really just, even if that's just a bit difficult to manage, just being there is really important. And I think thinking about, you know, just talking with people. And it's funny, I was thinking about this last night, that sometimes people get a bit overwhelmed by like, oh my goodness, it's Professor Corrigan. Well, you know.
And then they meet me and how disappointed are they? Yes, but anyway.
For example. You know, we're all people, and I think that if anywhere you should feel comfortable and able to go up to anyone at ASERA and talk with them about their work and not feel like I'm not worthy to speak to an academic. It's just not true.
Okay, so great. Thanks a lot for your time today,
Thanks,
Ange.
Deb. Thanks for your good questions.